Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy John, the Big Tex Johnson with Everything Football 62. As you see, I got my cowboy hat on. Got my, my little bracelet that my daughter made for me about the, cowboy colors for the most part. Um, Dallas is playing the Giants tonight, and I'm gonna just jump right into it. I'm saying it's this year. I need to see it from Dez Bryant. I need to see it from him. I need to see him play 16 games, 16 solid games. In 2014, there was no doubt Dez Bryant was the top receiver in the game. He's right up there, one and two and however you wanted to kind of rate it, but he was right up there at the, having 16 touchdown receptions that particular year, which also so happened to have been Odell Beckham's rookie year. Dez since 2000 and since after that season, Dez has been hurt, missing about seven games in 2015. Missing 7 games. Then 2016, last year, he missed about 3 games. To my knowledge, missed about 3 games. Uh, Dez has almost missed like 10, 11, 12 games, something to that something to that effect. Uh, Dez has already owns pretty much the touchdown record for that of the Cowboys, so he's already cemented there, right? Dez has the capabilities to be in the one of the definitely a Hall of Fame caliber wide receiver. All Dez got to do is stay healthy, and he's not really done a whole trouble thing in a while. All he has to do is stay healthy. He has to stay. He has to play 16 at very best 14 games, because if they get in the playoffs and clinch, they're not going to be playing that last game anyway. You know what I'm saying? So at least 14 games. He has to give the Pokes 14 games. And I see Dez has to, in my opinion, Dez needs to have at least 75, 80 receptions for about 1,200, 13 yards, 1,200 to 1,300 yards, up to, anywhere between 12 and 14 receiving 12 and 14 receiving touchdowns. That's where he has to be at. And Dez says he needs to do that for the next couple of years to put himself in the higher echelon of where he was basically at in 2014, but then just due to injuries, not no play, just injuries. Because once he's out there, he's out there. He started coming along strong. That last year, coming on at the end of the season, 50 receptions for 796 yards. One of his longest ones was a 56 yarder. He had a 15.9 average and everything. And like I said, he had like 8 touchdowns. So you're talking for somebody that since 2012 had 12 touchdowns, 13 touchdowns, six. Basically, let's go back to 2011. 9 touchdowns, 12 touchdowns, 13 touchdowns, 16 touchdowns. Then because of injuries, by 15 dipped down to 3 touchdowns, and then leveled off a little bit, about 2 or 3 off of what his average would be, around 11 or 12 a season. Then he got 8 because, like I said, he missed games. So what I'm saying, he missed 3, 4 games. So it's just like, he has to, and he still come up with 796 yards. He was, basically like, 200 and some odd yards off of 250, 200, like, close to like 200 some odd yards basically from another 1,000 yard receiving. But Dez definitely has to get it. He has to give. He wants to, if he wants to, because he always wants to put himself, when they talk about other receivers, he gets kind of salty. Did that back with Calvin Johnson back a few years ago and whatnot and stuff like that. He's kind of kept kind of quiet here under the radar, but he's there. All he has to do is stay healthy. That's his thing, is to stay healthy. If Dez stays healthy for the next 3 or 4 years, Dez will be and getting some playoff games and do some big things in the playoff game. Dallas has a window. It started with last year, now this year. And I think Dallas for another for the next 4 or 5 years. For next from starting from, because you didn't know what you had last year. Now you're okay. This is you guys' time now. They gotta make a run. They got about a 4 or 5. I got about a 5 year window, in my opinion. About a 5 year window. And that goes with Dez. About a 5 year window with the team, with the people that they got, where they make strong playoff run and possibly get to the Super Bowl a couple times. They have that. They have the offense. They build that defense, and they'll get that. They have the offense. They have the makings on the offense. They have that. But like I say, Dez needs to step up and be who he is. That's what separated Michael Irvin. Irvin really didn't have the illustrious type of receiving yards because Dallas really wasn't, even though he had some good years, obviously, but all the Jerry Rice type of them say no because they ran the ball. That was their thing. But Michael Irvin was on that field. He missed that many games. The playmaker was out there. So that's the same thing that Bryant has to do. Bryant by far more better physical receiver, far better hands, speed, whole 9 yards than Michael Irvin, in my opinion. And Irvin was not and Irvin was a great receiver. But Dez has all of that, all of those particular type of qualities. He has to stay healthy. He flings his body around there. He got to be a little careful and stuff like that, but he flings it around there. But Dez, if he remains healthy and them guys stay in contact, guys stay intact and no getting in trouble and stuff, Dallas is going to be a team you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to deal with. You might not want to deal with them, but you're going to have to deal with them. And that's just how that's going to be. You're going to have to deal with them guys. So I'm looking forward to seeing. I want to see him do big things. And and I think Prescott did what he did with him, and like, okay, they got the confidence, and they got a year under their belt working with each other now because Prescott he wasn't gonna ride or die with Dez. I got to get everybody involved. I'm a rookie. I'm checking down. I'm doing all this kind of stuff till I get my confidence. You got confidence in me. I got confidence in you, and we get this thing going. And I think it's going to be big things with Dallas again this season. And I think they like, why not us? We young people, because people a lot of times they sit there and say these teams are young, and they guess they got a couple of years. No, if you get it done now, you don't have to talk like that no more. They're young. You can still make that as an excuse, but there's some young teams to be like, I don't care how old we are, let's get it. And that's what they end up doing. And I think that's what has to get done. So right now, Dez, about 3 or 4 or 5 4-year window with him, as far as Dallas is concerned, for I'm concerned, 4 or 5 year run that they got. Well, they have to make it happen. But Dez, from a personal standpoint of view, from the aspect of being one of the top receivers in the game, and see, he has everything going for him. But he has to stay healthy. He has to put together a 3 or 4 year reign where he's catching about 60, 70 balls for 1,200 yards and like 12 touchdowns. He has to do that if he wants to be considered in the upper echelon of your Antonio Brown, your Odell Beckham, I don't even say Odell Beckham, right? Julio Jones, AJ Green, Odell Beckham, and some others out there and everything. But Dez is right there with them guys. He always has been. It's just that he can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy. You look at some of his yards starting back from just started from 2012, 1380, 92 receptions, 1382, 12 touchdowns. 2013, he had 93 catches, 1,233 yards, 13 touchdowns. 2014, as I said, 88 receptions, 1320, 16 touchdowns. And then for the last 2 years, 15 and 16, because he was hurt. When he's playing, he's gonna do that. So he needs to put together and play a whole season. He play a whole season. That's going to be the bottom line to it, because they're going to have to eventually throw the ball, because they're going to do some, and he don't mind that. That's what he wants anyway. So they're going to definitely have to make sure that they keep Prescott upright and everything like that, because they're gonna go out the crowd and make Ezekiel, try to crowd it, because he's not a joke in that backfield, and they're gonna have to do the thing with him. So the ball's gonna be coming to him. Jason Witten's getting old. They're gonna have to start getting other guys involved in the hell game. But I honestly do believe he got to start getting that ball to him. He has. I mean, because I know that's what Dez wants. Because if I'm an elite receiver, you're going to get that ball to me one way or another. I don't care about it, because everybody else is getting fed. Antonio Brown is going to get his balls. Odell Beckham's going to get his ball. Julio Jones is going to get his ball. Guys like AJ Green is going to get their ball. They're going to get they're going to get them balls thrown to them. They don't care if they got a great, and he comes from, like, you got Ben, you got Bell as the running back, and of course you got himself, like Brown. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get that ball. Ben's gonna make sure he gets that ball. So that's the same way Dak has to be with Dez. And he got to get it done. It's got to get done this year for him to be. I'm expecting big things out of the young man this year. I got to see it. I got to see it, because he's right there. He just has to stay healthy, and that's going to be on him and taking care of himself and doing what basically what needs to be done. He has to stay healthy, and Dallas should have a nice run. And I see them getting to the championship game. they have the team, I think, to be able to sit up there and get into a Super Bowl. I honestly do believe that. And not just from a Cowboys, just from the aspect of like I think they can do it. But their defense got to be rebuilt. We won't see really what's going on with them. And I don't start taking credence in a lot of things until the eighth, ninth week anyway. I've seen team go 8-0 and then the second part of the season, last 8 games, lose 6 of the last 8. So don't so we'll see what's going on. Just a little preview football and my little thoughts about what I feel as though what Dallas should be able to do this year, as opposed to like, hey, let's see what's going to be happening with you know, with Dez. Cause I definitely want to see him have a big year and go ahead on it and put these naysayers down and be like, he's one of the top in the game. Because when he's out there on the field, bar none, he's one of the top 5 receivers in the game. So, we're gonna see what happens with the pokes and everything like that coming up tonight. Check me out on my YouTube page, Everything Football 62. Check me out on Twitter, Everything Football 62 on Tuckman 999. Excuse me, on Tuckman 62. You'll see that and everything, and check me out. You have a good one. We'll be back later on with breakdowns of some of the games or after the first week here. All right, you have a good one. Thanks.